Yo, the first time we went down to Grant Central, a couple of dollars was lost, as well as my favorite pencil. Sauce packets in my left pocket. I can't believe that it's out right now. We should go watch it.
Let's do it.
Got your son, he needs to stop it. And why is he wearing so many watches?
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Biggz. I'm here with another SmackDown review. I'm going to try and do it 300-second style. So let's just get into it. I fell asleep last night. I do apologize for the live tweets. Just stopped out of nowhere. I fell asleep. I'm sorry. SmackDown wasn't boring me. I just had a long couple of weeks, actually, and working on Thanksgiving this week and yada, yada, yada. I apologize. Let's get into this review, though. We start off the show from the Canadian Tire Center in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. The focus of this first segment was Shane, Dean, AJ, and James Ellsworth. I'll explain. Shane is out there to give props to the Wyatt family for being the sole survivors of the 5-on-5, the real main event of the evening. Then he brings up AJ and Dean, who couldn't get along, so Dean comes out, and you can tell Shane is getting tired of Dean, slowly but surely. So Dean changed the subject off of him onto James Ellsworth, who comes out with a neck brace on, back brace, and Dean is kicked out, which promoted AJ to come out. Long story short, ladder match, the main event. Ellsworth wins this ladder match, pulls down the contract. He will officially be on SmackDown, no ifs and buts about it. AJ says, no problem, let's do that. James Ellsworth said, you know what, I'm a man up. If I win, I also want a title shot in the future. AJ agrees. We get our match for the evening. Miz and Maurice is backstage doing a photo shoot. Daniel Bryan interrupts and says, you're going to defend the title tonight against Kalisto. We move on. We see Shane escorting Dean out the building. Asked him not to come back. We know Dean ain't listening, but we'll get back to that in a minute. The Miz defeats Kalisto. Kalisto was dominating the whole match. First 2-3 minutes, commercial break. From the commercial break, Kalisto was still dominating the match. Baron Corbin makes a distraction, and Miz hits one move, a skull crusher finale, and gets the pin and retains the IC title. After the match, Baron Corbin hits the end of days on Kalisto and leaves. The Miz celebrates on the stage and gets super kicked by Dolph Ziggler. Let's move on, man. Backstage segment. Alexa Bliss is complaining to Shane about not getting a title shot. Becky walks in and tell Alexa she doesn't have to wait that much longer. She'll get her rematch at TLC. Natalya walks in and tells Shane that as the coach, she blames Becky for the loss. So Shane sets up a match between Natalya and Becky Lynch. Dean walks in with some pizza. Shane is tight and tells him to leave. Let's move on. Daniel Bryan runs into Baron Corbin, cuts a quick promo about interfering in all these matches. So Baron Corbin is in a match with Kane tonight. Okay, let's move on. Hype Bros and the Ascension start off the tag team turmoil situation. Every team is eliminated after a pinfall. The Ascension start off with the Hype Bros, and the Hype Bros get the pin. Breezango versus the Hype Bros, and guess what? Breezango got that pinfall. And then we move on, and American Alpha is next, and they make short work of Breezango, which leads to the Vaudevillains who come out against the Alphas, and the Alphas made short work of them too, which is cool, but I wish they would have got some more time to extend it, but, you know, it is what it is. We move on, and we got the Usos, who's the final team. And the winner between American Alpha and the Usos would get the title shot. So we thought. It was a good match. I mean, the American Alpha and the Usos have put on good matches. And the American Alpha do get the win. But right after the match, the Wyatts appeared. Now, the great dynamic about this is that Luke can't stand Randy, and Randy knows that he don't care. So come to find out, the Wyatts are going to take on, now we're talking about Bray and Randy, are going to take on the American Alpha next week to see who will fight Heath Slater and Rhino for the tag titles at TLC. I'm with that. You know, Wyatts get a title match. We with it. Let's move on. Daniel Bryan's talking to James Ellsworth backstage about facing AJ. James is ready. You know, he's going to climb the ladder. He's got 2 feet. Even though his 2 hands ain't working. Dean interrupts in the damn Mountie suit, bruh. The Mountie. Facts. Shane walks in and goes crazy. He tells Dean to leave. Dean says he'll leave. They call Shane a hoser. Facts. Daniel Bryan tells Shane, why are you dressed up like this, bro? And then he says, you should know this. A Mountie always gets his man. I am weak. Let's move on, y'all. I'm ready to wrap this thing up. Becky Lynch defeated Natalya. Alexa was at ringside. Natalya and Becky Lynch put on a good match. Becky Lynch made Natalya tap in the disarmor. And then Alexa Bliss does her heel tactics. She beats up Becky Lynch again. Lays out with that DDT. Baron Corbin versus Kane was basically Baron Corbin defeated Kane by disqualification. Kalisto distracts. Well, not even distract. He interferes and hit a springboard dropkick on Corbin. After the bell, Kane chokeslams Corbin. And then Kalisto grabs a chair and hits a Van Daminator. Whew, fire. So it's safe to say that Corbin versus Kalisto will be a chairs match. We get to the main event of the evening. James Ellsworth versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. And James Ellsworth won, y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all. He won the match. He hit AJ with no chin music. And Dean came back again. Dressed up as a hockey player. Him and AJ have a little scuffle. AJ hits the phenomenal elbow. And Dean was out of the rest of the match. No chin music was hit. And AJ legs get caught in a rope. And James Ellsworth gets a title shot in the future and gets his contract. Salute, man. I'm happy for him. I mean, I look at it like this. SmackDown has been the land of opportunity on Raw. I don't know what's going on with Raw, but SmackDown is honestly the best brand in there other than NXT. So, salute to James Ellsworth. Salute to this review. It wasn't 300 seconds, man, but, you know, kind of close. Salute. I'm out. We'll be back with NXT tonight, y'all.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at InternetSmarks1 for all news, rumors, and updates for everything WWE, as well as live tweets for all WWE programming.